Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking pregame. A look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. And now, Viking pregame.
Good evening and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. I'm Rick Olson and we're getting ready to bring you Colfax High School Viking Girls Basketball. Tonight, we'll bring you Game 7 of the Western Wisconsin Girls Basketball Classic as the 2-2 Colfax Vikings, who are coming off a dominating 52-30 victory over the Bloomer Blackhawks last Thursday, will take on the defending Division V state champion Chippewa Falls McDonell Central Macks, who are 2-0 on the season and defeated Medford on Thursday 73-27. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Macks and the Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Serrar's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll send it out to Colfax High School, where our broadcast crew will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game. So it's time to get ready for some exciting high school girls basketball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
There are a lot of words I would use to describe my daughter. Kind, strong, hilarious. When I think about how much she's experienced in her life, we can't help but be inspired by her every day. So really, we are the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's 7th game of the Western Wisconsin Girls Basketball Classic between the Colfax Viking Girls and the McDonell Central Macks. The Vikings are coming off a 52-30 win over the Bloomer Blackhawks back on Thursday, while the Macks are coming off a 73-27 domination over Medford also on Thursday. Now, in that Viking game against Bloomer, the Vikings got off to a better start, which allowed them to control the game throughout. Now, leading the way for the Vikings in that victory was 5'6" junior guard Kason Goodell, who hit 6 field goals, 2 of which were 3-pointers, and went 1 for 2 from the free throw line for 15 points. She was followed by 5'7" senior forward McKenna Shipman, who nailed 4 field goals, including a 3-pointer, and went 1 for 2 from the free throw line for 10 points. That included Shipman reaching the milestone of scoring her 1,000th point of her high school career. Bryn Sikora and Autumn Nigaman also had big nights, scoring 8 and 6 points respectively. Tonight, the Vikings are taking on defending WIAA Division V state champion Chippewa Falls McDonell Central Macks, who play in the Western Clover Belt Conference. This season, the Macks are off to a 2-0 start, including last Thursday's impressive 73-27 win over Medford. Now, in that game, the Macks were led by 5'8" senior guard Emily Cooper, who hit 4 field goals, 2 of which were 3-pointers, and went 8 for 8 from the charity stripe for 18 points. She was followed by freshman Ellie Mae Cooper, who went 4 for 7 from the floor and 4 for 7 from the free throw line for 12 points. On the boards, the Macks were led by 6' senior forward Aubrey Dorn, who grabbed 10 rebounds. Kendall Hepfler and Katie Ruff also grabbed 5 boards each. Now, thus far on the season, McDonell Central is being led in scoring by Emily Cooper, who's averaging 23 points per game. She's followed by her sister Ellie Mae Cooper, who's putting up nearly 11 points per game. Aubrey Dorn and Maddie Geisler follow with 7.5 points per game each. The leading rebounder for the Macks is Dorn with 10 rebounds per game, followed by Emily Cooper and Katie Ruff, who average 5 and 4 rebounds respectively. Now, so far on the season, leading the way for the Vikings in scoring is McKenna Shipman, who's averaging 12 points per game. She's being followed by Kason Goodell, who's accounting for almost 9 points per game, with Jeanette Hajdukovic and Autumn Nigaman, who are averaging 8 and nearly 5 points respectively. On the boards, the Vikings are being led by Hajdukovic, who's grabbing over 7 rebounds per game, while Shipman pulls down just under 7 and Goodell picks up 5. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get Viking head coach Courtney Serrar's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Yeah, welcome. Hi.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Dad, are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Once again, we're talking with Viking girls head coach Courtney Serrar. And coach, on Thursday, the Vikings defeated a pretty scrappy Bloomer Blackhawk team, 52-30. Your comments about the play of the Vikings in that game?
Yeah, I thought it was a great team win. I thought, everybody brought something to the table, whether it was scoring or defense or rebounding. Everybody had something to contribute, and it was definitely our best, cohesive as a group play, I thought, yet this season.
Now, we had talked prior to Thursday's game that the Vikings needed to get off to faster starts. And to be honest, for the first 5 minutes, it looked like another slow start. But once the Vikings took the lid off the hoop, it was Katie bar the door and the Vikings took control. Now, much of that turnaround was due to the second group of 5 players who found a way to put the ball in the basket. What does that say about the balance of this year's Vikings team?
Yeah, I thought I challenged the starters to get us off, to a good start and set the tone, right away. And I thought they got a lot of good looks, played great defense. We just, couldn't get the ball to go in, like you said. But that second 5 really gave us a spark defensively. We had quite a few steals in a row that we were able to capitalize, points off of their turnovers. And, once, like you said, they saw the ball go through the hoop. It was like, relief and I think a little less pressure to get that first bucket.
Well, tonight, the Vikings are going to take on the always powerful and defending Division V state champion McDonell Central Macks. What special challenges do they present?
Yeah, another tough test. I say this every game, but probably the toughest team that we've played yet. They're super scrappy, super aggressive, very confident. We'll definitely have our work cut out for us. We got the pieces to play with anybody, but we just have to be clicking on all cylinders, and we have to do a good job handling their aggressive defense and, shut down, the older Cooper girl. She can really shoot it from anywhere, so we have to do a good job on her.
Yeah, the Macks appear to really rely on, as you mentioned, 5'8" senior Emily Cooper. She's averaging 23 points a game this season. That's going to be a tough challenge for the entire defense, but who gets the opportunity to try to keep her under control tonight?
I don't like to just put it on one kid's shoulders for sure. It's going to be a multitude of kids that we throw at her. But we have to play, our great team defense. It's not one-on-one, it's 5-on-5. So we have to work together regardless of, if you have a tougher individual assignment than someone else, you're just a piece of the puzzle. So the team defense has to be there. They have to understand, who's the big helper and who's not. And, I thought we did a really great job last night. We held Bloomer to 10 points in the first half. And, anytime Bloomer is a great team, and if you can hold them, almost under double digits, then you're going to be set up for success, and that same disciplined defense has to show up against McDonell as well.
And in fact, if you do manage to keep Emily Cooper under control, her little sister Ellie Mae is right behind, and she's only a freshman, but she's putting up double digits in scoring. So you're right, it's going to have to be an entire team effort.
Yeah, sure. They have a lot of kids who play just like we do. So it should be a fun game. I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Well, Coach Sarrar, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings can cap off the Western Wisconsin Girls Basketball Classic with a win.
Yeah, thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, with a look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
We all know what it's like to feel alone. But it just takes one new connection. Want to get out of here? To empower many.
This is unbelievable.
It doesn't take a superhero to bring forces together. We all have the power to reach out.
Let's go!
And help someone feel like they belong.
Pretty cool, huh?
We are stronger together.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. Tonight we have Game 7 in the Western Wisconsin Girls Basketball Classic from Colfax High School. This classic is a crossover matchup between the Clover Belt Conference and the Dunn St. Croix Conference. Now, action got started bright and early this morning with the Boyceville Bulldogs facing the Stanley Boyd Orioles in the 8:30 matchup. That was followed by the Elmwood Plum City Wolves taking on the Thorpe Cardinals. Then the Glenwood City Hilltoppers battled the Osseo Fairchild Thunder. At 1:45, it was the Spring Valley Cardinals squaring off against the Bloomer Blackhawks. Then the Mondovi Buffaloes faced the Fall Creek Crickets, and that was followed by the game that just ended with the Elk Mound Mounders facing the Cadott Hornets. We'll bring you the scores of those games during our coverage of tonight's game between the Vikings and the McDonell Macks. Following our game, the Western Wisconsin Girls Basketball Classic will wrap up with the Durand, Arkansas Panthers taking on St. Croix Central. Now tonight, the Vikings are getting ready to take on the McDonell Central Macks. This game could be the toughest test for the Vikings thus far on this young season. The Macks are a scoring machine, and the Vikings will have to bring their A game tonight if they hope to come away with a win. So the stage is set for some exciting girls high school basketball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, I'll join our broadcast crew at Colfax High School as we bring you all the action of tonight's Game 7 of the Western Wisconsin Girls Basketball Classic between the Colfax Vikings and the McDonell Central Macks. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking basketball.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
To learn more or to help financially, would find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
Colfax Viking Girls Basketball is on the air.
To the right side, they feed it down underneath to Hajdukovic, who lays it up and in. Jeanette Hajdukovic with 2.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network, along with NLWN-TV, is excited to bring you Colfax High School Girls Basketball.
No good on the shot. Rebound taken away by Shipman and puts the shot up and in.
Join us as we follow the Vikings while they battle their way through the Dun St. Croix Conference.
To Nigaman, she launches a 3. She hit the 3!
And now out to the gym for today's Colfax Viking basketball.
Well, good evening and welcome to Colfax High School and the Western Wisconsin Girls Basketball Classic. Rick Olson here with you, along with Lynn Nigaman keeping the numbers for us, and Chris Olson on the camera, and Ann Monroe ready to help out in anything we need help with. And she's good at that. And we're getting ready to bring you the Colfax Vikings taking on the Chippewa Falls Mc Donell Central Macks. In fact, let's real quickly go through the starting lineups for tonight's game. First of all, for the visiting Macks, at guard, 5'6" senior, number 5, Maddie Geisler. At forward, 5'11" senior, number 11, Callie Goulet. At guard, 5'8" senior, number 22, Emily Cooper. Watch for her putting the ball up a lot. At center, number 23, 6' senior, Aubrey Dorn. And at guard, 5'7" senior, number 31, Isabel Hartman. For the Vikings, a slight change in the regular starting lineup. At guard, 5'6" junior, number 4, Kason Goodell. At guard, 5'5" senior, number 20, Meadow Keltner. At forward, 5'7" senior, number 32, Jada Anderson. And at center, 6' senior, number 40, Jeanette Hajdukovic. And then, of course, at forward, number 42, 5'7" senior, McKenna Shipman. And as I look at this, the Vikings come into the game with a record of 2 wins and 2 losses, coming off that big win over Bloomer on Thursday night. And the Macks are 2-0 coming into tonight's game. We're going to take a bit of a timeout. We've got quite a bit of time. As these tournaments go, times get adjusted and things get switched around and so on. And we're going to take a bit of a timeout and get a couple words from our sponsors, and then we'll be back as we're getting ready for Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hanging on relationships.
If you spent the summer putting off home improvement projects, don't worry, Dairy State Bank can help. Whether you're planning to add on, winterproof, or repair storm damage, we can help you with the financing. For more information, visit dairystatebank.com or give us a call today. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dairy State Bank.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV is excited to once again be your host for Colfax High School Girls Basketball throughout the 2023 through 2024 season. Our next game will be on Tuesday, December 5th, when the Vikings will host the Durand, Arkansas Panthers. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pregame at 6:40 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking Girls Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Tuesday, December 5th.
Hi, I'm Crystal, one of Santa's elves. Santa wanted to talk with you about a special program coming up on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. But as you can see, he's pretty busy right now, so we better not disturb him. So I'll tell you what's up. A little earlier, Santa and I got together and picked out some of the very best holiday-themed old-time radio programs, and we're going to present them to you during Santa's flight on Christmas Eve. So tune in to the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service or NLWN-TV while Santa and I bring you the best in old-time radio. It all starts at 7 p.m. on Christmas Eve. I'll see you then.
And welcome back to Colfax High School as we're getting ready for Game 7 of the Western Wisconsin Girls Basketball Classic, with the Colfax Vikings taking on the Chippewa Falls McDonell Central Macks. Taking a look at the McDonell Central Macks, they're being led so far this season by Emily Cooper. She's putting up 23 points per game. She has a shooting percentage from the floor of 61%. She's 10 for 10 from the free throw line, and her three-point percentage is 67%. Her high-scoring game this year is she scored 28 points, and basically she's a threat from anywhere on the floor. Not to be outdone is her younger sister, Ellie Mae Cooper, and she's averaging 10.5 points per game, shooting 44% from the floor, 57% from the free throw line, and she's 1 for 1 on her only three-point attempt that she's gone after. Aubrey Dorn, Maddie Geisler are both putting up 7.5 points per game. And so if you look at those four, in fact, if you look at the first five for the McDonell Central Macks, you have somewhere in the vicinity of, 58 and 64 points per game just from those five, which means that the Macks are a scoring machine. And so the Vikings are going to have to play their best defense of the season in order to stay with them and try to come away with a win. In some of the other action today, in the first game today, starting at 8:30 this morning, it's been a long day of basketball. At 8:30 this morning, it was Boyceville Bulldogs defeating the Stanley Boyd Orioles 63-41. Then at 10:15, it was the Thorpe Cardinals against the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, and Thorpe came out on top in that one 57-42. That was followed by the Osseo Fairchild Chieftains defeating the Glenwood City Hilltoppers 74-34. At 1:45, it was the Bloomer Blackhawks 85 and the Spring Valley Cardinals 26. The Fall Creek Crickets topped the Mondovi Buffaloes 64-28, and the game that just wrapped up, it was the Elk Mound Mounders dominating the Cadott Hornets 69-19. We've got a couple minutes to go before the start of today's game, and we'll take a quick time out for another message, and then we'll be back on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Austin and Nikki Pritchard are just what the doctor ordered. In fact, they are the doctors and they're ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV are excited to once again be your host for exciting Colfax High School boys basketball throughout the 2023 through 2024 basketball season.
This is what we came in for.
Our next game will be on Monday, December 4th, when the Vikings will travel to Whitehall, Wisconsin to take on the Whitehall Norsemen. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pregame at 6:40 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking boys basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Monday, December 4th.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, and we're going to send it down to the public address announcer, athletic director here at Colfax High School, Mc Donell, for the starting lineups of tonight's game.
Welcome to Colfax High School. Tonight's Game 7 of the Western Wisconsin Girls Basketball Classic. Between McDonell Macks Vikings. Introducing the starters for the Macks. Number 5, a senior, Maddie Meissler. Number 11, a senior, Kylie Blake. Number 22, senior, Emily Cooper. Number 53, senior, Aubrey Ford. And number 31, senior, Isabel Harkin. The Macks are led by head coach Don. And now the starting lineup for your Colfax Vikings. Number 4, junior, Mason Goodell. Number 20, senior, Otto Hefner. Number 42, senior, Jada Anderson. Number 40, senior, Matt Ayubi. And number 42, senior, Hannah Austin. The Vikings are led by head coach Coach Stroud. McDonell will be the guest on the scoreboard. Colfax will be the home team. Please enjoy the game.
And as we look over at the Colfax side, J.C. Bovey, who is normally a starting guard for the Vikings, appears to be in concussion protocol, which is why she's not playing tonight and in street clothes. So out on the floor, Geisler, Goulet, Cooper, Dorn, and Hartman for the Macks. Aubrey Dorn jumping center against Hajdukovic. Vikings win the tip. Goodell with it. She gets it up the floor to Keltner. Over to Goodell. On the right side to Hajdukovic. Picks up her dribble. Feeds it down into the corner. Ball gets knocked around and goes out of bounds. It's going to be McDonell ball. Officials say last touch by the Vikings. So bringing it down the floor is Emily Cooper. She's on the left side. Takes it to the top of the key. Gets it over to the right side. Back out to the top of the key to Goulet. Then to Cooper on the left side. Back out high to Geisler. Then they get it over to Hartman. To Geisler. Ball gets tipped and taken away by Hajdukovic, and then over to Goodell for the Vikings as she brings it down the floor. Closely guarded by Hartman. Goodell takes it over to the right side. Now she takes it back between the circles over to Hajdukovic on the right. Hajdukovic out to Shipman. Shipman drives down the right side of the lane, spins, looks for somewhere to go with it, gets it out to Anderson. Tried to send it over to Keltner. She didn't see it coming, but it got knocked out of bounds by the Macks. So Keltner gets it into Goodell. Goodell between the circles, takes it down the left side of the lane, spins at the elbow, feeds it over to Anderson on the right side, takes it to the free throw line, to Shipman, takes it over to the right side, feeds it to Anderson, lays it up, it goes in! Jada Anderson with the first 2 points of the night for the Vikings. Macks feed it down underneath, that's Dorn. Tries to find somewhere to go. She can't get her shot off. And it gets taken away by Shipman. Down the floor comes Goodell. Takes it all the way down to the baseline. Double team down there. Goes up with the shot and draws the foul. Once again, good heads-up play by Goodell. She took it down deep. All of a sudden was double teamed, so she went straight to the basket. And lo and behold, found herself at the free throw line. First shot is up. It's no good. The foul was on Aubrey Dorn. That's the first foul on anybody in the game. Goodell's second shot is up, and that one's good. Vikings on top 3-0. Coming up on 16 minutes remaining in the first half. So the Macks have it over on the left side. That's Cooper. She gets it out to Geisler. Geisler feeds it off to Hartman. Now this is Cooper with it at the top of the key. Down to the free throw line. Feeds it out over to Geisler. Geisler over to Hartman. Hartman drives down the side of the lane, puts it up. It's no good. And she do the foul. I think it's going to be on Hajdukovic. It is. First foul on Jeanette Hajdukovic. And it's also the first foul on the Vikings. It's going to send Isabel Hartman to the line for two. First shot is up. It's no good. Off the front of the iron. Her second shot is up. That one rattles around and falls out. Rebound taken away by Anderson. It goes off her foot and out of bounds. And it's going to be McDonell ball. Geisler to inbound it. Tries to get it into Dorn and went through her hands, but she picked up the loose change. Out to Cooper, high, wide, and right. Cooper over to Geisler between the circles. Then over to Hartman on the near side. Back out high to Dorn at the top of the key. To Cooper. On the right side, drives into the lane, puts it up, and it goes in. First 2 points for the Macks. Macks are going to put on some full court pressure. Pass goes over to Keltner, then to Shipman, who gets it down underneath. They get it to Hajdukovic, then out to Keltner, puts up the three, no. And the Macks bring it down the floor, quickly down. Pass went to Goulet. She caught up, falling over backwards, got it out. Shot from three is no good. They get it to Cooper, and she took a stutter step before she put the ball to the floor. So Cooper travels, and the Vikings will have it. Four in and four out for the Vikings. Jordan Bovey with it. Takes it across the timeline. Feeds it down into the corner, and we're going to get a foul called on Cooper. First foul on Emily Cooper. Second foul on the Macks. Vikings will inbound from the sideline. Sierra Shipman got it in to Bovey, to Nigaman, feeds it into the lane to Sikora, and we're going to get a foul in the lane. That's Ellie Mae Cooper with her first foul. Third team foul. All comes into Bovey. Over to Shipman, shots up, no good. That was McKenna Shipman. Macks bring it down the floor. This is Ellie Mae Cooper, and we're going to get a foul underneath. Looks like these officials want to call it pretty tight. Keep it under control tonight. That's a foul on Jordan Bovey, her first personal. Second team foul on the Vikings. Ball comes into Cooper, and then to Dorn. Dorn lays it up, and it goes in. Macks take a 4-3 lead. Vikings bring the ball down the floor. Bovey with it, gets it over to Shipman, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds. The Shipman tried to pass it down to Sikora, and it will be Viking ball. Sierra Shipman gets it into Bovey, over to McKenna Shipman. Cross-court pass over to Sierra. She can't find the handle. Now they're fighting for it. We're going to get a jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of the Macks. LMA Cooper to bring the ball down the floor. She drives down the right side of the lane, kicks it over to Goulet, and they get it out high to Emily Cooper. Whistle and a foul. And that's going to be a foul on Jordan Bovey. Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading the official's hands backwards. It falls on McKenna Shipman. Her first personal. Third team foul on the Vikings. Macks get it down underneath. Shot goes up. It's partially blocked. And the Vikings come away with it. Shipman gets it over to Bovey. Shot goes up from three. No good. Rebound battle for it. It'll be Viking ball. Sikora put the shot up from the outside. Couldn't get it to fall. Sierra Shipman to inbound. Feeds it into the lane to Sikora. Puts it up and in and out. No good. Coming down with it are the Macks. Little stutter step. Takes it to the hole. She got the shot. That was Ellie Mae Cooper. And a foul gets called at the same time. It's the fourth team foul on the Vikings. Foul is on Bryn Sikora. So Ellie Mae Cooper goes to the line for one, and she gets it. 7-3. Macks up by 4. Vikings bring it down the floor. Sierra Shipman tries to pass it to Bovey. Bovey has to pick up her dribble to get it under control. Gets it over to Shipman. Launches a three. No. Rebound tipped around. Chased down by Nigaman. And it goes out of bounds off of the Macks. It was last touched by Kylie Jensen. So the Vikings will inbound it. Bovey with it on the far side. Gets it down into the corner. Sikora has it. Sikora drives into the lane, puts it up. No, it won't go. And down the floor come the Macks. Jensen puts up a long three. No. And the Vikings come away with it. Bovey gets it to Sikora. Thought about the three. Gets it to Shipman. She put up a shot. It doesn't go. Nigaman puts up a shot. It won't go. The Vikings can't hit anything right now. They've hit one of their infamous cold streaks. Down the floor come the Macks. Shot goes up. It's no good. Battled for. And another shot. And the Vikings come away with it. Bovey with it. Across the timeline. Launches a three. No. Picked up by McKenna Shipman. And the shot goes up. It's no good. To be honest with you, I think the Vikings are just flinging shots at the basket. They aren't turning and getting good shots. Jensen with the ball on the near side. Gets it out to Emily Cooper. Then to Ellie Mae Cooper. Then to Dorn in the lane. She's at the elbow. Drives down the right side to get it back out to Hartman. Hartman tries to feed it underneath. The ball goes out of bounds. Or check that was Jensen. So the Vikings will have it. Bovey on the dribble. She picked up the dribble, and basically threw it to where nobody was on the floor. Katie Ruff to inbound, and she gets it in. They get it over to Hartman on the near side. Then back out to Cooper, and then the other Cooper. This is Ellie Mae with it. Gets it to Dorn, to Emily. Now it's to Hartman. High wide right. Tries to feed it down into Emily Cooper, and it was tipped out of bounds by McKenna Shipman. So the Macks will inbound from the far side. They get it out to Cooper. This is Emily. High wide right to Ellie Mae Cooper between the circles. Out to Dorn. Dorn to Emily at the top of the key. To Ellie Mae. Then to Emily. Launches a three, and she hit it. She's dangerous from everywhere on the floor. 10-3, the Macks on top. McKenna Shipman puts a shot up, it goes in and comes back out. Hajdukovic with the putback, it's no good. Vikings scrapping, and we're going to get a foul on McKenna Shipman. That's her second 15 foul on the Vikings. Goodell comes into the lineup, replacing Shipman. Goulet with it. She gets it into Cooper. This is Emily. Feeds it over to Geisler on the near side. Geisler picks up her dribble. Over to Emily on the far side. Three-pointer long ways away off the back of the iron. Rebound fought for. Vikings come away with it. Sikora with it. Sikora dribbles it up across the timeline. Takes it down the lane. Puts it up. No, too hard off the glass. The Macks come away with it, but then throw it away. So the Vikings will inbound, trailing 10-3. They were up 3-0. So the Macks have scored 10 unanswered, under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Hajdukovic gets it out to Bovey. Bovey over to Anderson, to Hajdukovic. Feeds it down underneath to Sikora. She drives into the lane and she dragged her pivot foot. She tried to put the brakes on and dragged her foot. So the Macks bring it down the floor. Ellie Mae Cooper on the dribble. Ellie Mae takes it to the top of the key, tries to drive the lane. She gets it out to Hartman, who kept the dribble going while she fell down onto the floor and was able to get back up because she kept the dribble going. Hartman has it at the right elbow. Gets it out to Geisler. Geisler cuts across the lane, feeds it to Ellie Mae Cooper and puts it up and in. 12-3. Macks putting on full court pressure. Goodell on the dribble. Takes it through the center circle. Feeds it over to Hajdukovic between the circles. And to Bovey. Then over to the far side to Anderson. Down to Sikora. Sikora out to Hajdukovic. Shot from the elbow is good. Finally took the lid off the basket. 12-5. Vikings trail by 7. The Macks have it. Goulet then gets it out to Ellie Mae Cooper, who puts up a three. It's no good. It saved in bounds, and the Vikings have it. Tough effort that time by Bryn Sikora, who now launches a three. No, off the front of the iron, and the Macks come down. They get the ball out to Dorn and try to settle things down between the circles. She feeds it over to the near side to Ellie Mae Cooper, turns around, puts it up from the lane and hit it. That's 7 points for Ellie Mae Cooper. And down the floor comes Jordan Bovey. Gets it off to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic, long pass to Anderson, to Hajdukovic. Back out to Anderson. Puts up a shot, it's no good. Rebound taken down by the Macks. Down the floor to Geisler. Puts up the shot from the lane and she hit it. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. So with a timeout on the floor, it's the Chippewa Falls McDonell Macks 16, Vikings 5 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
To get your lawn or garden to perform at attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
Back here at Colfax High School. Vikings to inbound the ball. Anderson to inbound it with 7:06 to go in the first half. Vikings trail by 11. Ball comes in to Bovey, to Goodell, back to Bovey. She takes it across the timeline. Trapped in the corner, she gets it over to Anderson. Anderson feeds it out to Bovey. Now underneath to Hajdukovic, lays it up, it won't go, but she drew the foul. They're saying the foul was on the floor before the shot. Foul's on Callie Goulet. It's her fourth team foul on the Macks. Ball comes in, shot goes up, it's no good by Nigaman. And come away with it are the Macks. Emily Cooper with it. Feeds it over to the near side to Geisler. Then out to check that. That's Hartman, and her shot is no good. Rebound taken down by Hepfler. Then back out to Geisler. Geisler on the right side. She gets it over to Goulet. Then to Cooper. This is Emily Cooper. Feeds it over to Geisler on the right side. Now over to Hartman, then over to Cooper, to Geisler. Ball got tipped away, but chased down by Hartman. Hartman with a spin at the free throw line, then feeds it out to Goulet. Three-pointer on the way, rings around and out. Nigaman with the rebound, and coming down the floor now is Goodell. Goodell feeds it out to Anderson. Bovey with it. Gets it out to Nigaman. She launches a three. No, she overshot it. And down the floor comes Hepfler. Lays it up and it goes in. 18-5. Macks on top. Long pass down to Anderson, then feed to Nigaman into the lane. Her shot is off the mark and it goes out of bounds.
Put the mic on there.
Sierra Shipman to inbound for the Vikings. .5:21 to go in the first half. Ball comes in to Shipman. She puts it up and in. McKenna Shipman with the shot. 18-7. This is Hepfler with it. Feeds it over to Cooper. Now they get it back over to Ellie Mae Cooper. Now Emily Cooper on the near side. Ball gets knocked away. Goodell with it. Taking it down the floor. Stops, puts it up, then lays it in. She cuts the lead to 9. Shot by Ellie Mae Cooper's up, no good. Rebound taken down by Emily Cooper. She puts it up and she got fouled on the way up. And the foul is going to be on Goodell. It's her first personal 6th team foul on the Vikings. Well, lo and behold, she's human. This is Emily Cooper's first free throw miss of the season. Second shot's up, and that one's good. Goodell brings it down the court, across the timeline. Tries to feed it over to Shipman. Ball gets taken away by Dorn. She lays it up and puts it in. Shipman to Shipman. McKenna with it across the timeline. Over to Sierra, to McKenna, a little give and go in there. They worked that one to perfection. That one looked very nice. McKenna fed it to Sierra, and Sierra fed it around the defender, back to McKenna cutting through the lane. 21-11. Ellie Mae gets it over to Hepler. Then down to Emily, and then out high. Three-pointer on the way is no good. Rebound taken down by the Macks. That three-pointer was by Jensen. This is Ellie Mae Cooper with it on the near side. Takes it to the free throw line. Feeds it out to Dorn, and Dorn walked with it. Into the lineup is Jordan Bovey, giving Goodell a break. Bovey to Shipman, over to the other Shipman, back to Shipman again. And we're going to get a whistle, and they're going to call an offensive foul on McKenna Shipman. And the Viking fans aren't very happy with that one. That's the third foul on Shipman, 7th on the Vikings. Shipman takes a seat. Ellie Mae Cooper brings it across the timeline, feeds it over to the near side to Jensen. Jensen out to the top of the key to Dorn. Back to the near side to Ellie Mae, to Dorn on the left side of the lane. Tries to back in, can't. Gets it out to Jensen. Now they feed it over to the right side. And driving in the lane is Emily Cooper. Lays it up and it goes through. Bounced a couple times on the rim and it went down through. Shipman with it, gets it over to Bovey. Now they get it over to Sikora. Shot goes up, no good. And coming away with it are the Macks. This is Ellie Mae Cooper. Gets it out high to Goulet. And then over to Jensen on the near side. Back out high. This is Emily Cooper. Over to Ellie Mae. Back out high to Dorn. Underneath to Ellie Mae. Shot got blocked by Anderson. Ball's alive and gets picked up by the Vikings. Bovey takes it down. She lays it up. It won't go. And coming back with it are the Macks. Long pass intercepted. Shipman with the interception. Bovey with a three-pointer. She hit the three! Jordan Bovey hit a three. Cut the lead to 9. Ellie Mae Cooper gets it over to Jensen on the near side. Jensen out to Emily Cooper to Ellie Mae on the far side. Free throw line extended. Now out to Dorn, to Emily, to Jensen. Jensen over to Emily. Down underneath the Dorn, drives into the lane, kicks it out to Ellie Mae. To Jensen. And Ellie Mae with it. Gets it to Jensen. Jensen on the far side, gets it over to Emily, drives into the lane, puts it up, it's no good. Rebound taken down by the Macks. Ellie Mae at the top of the key. Now resets to direct traffic. Over to Emily. To Dorn. Just to the right side of the top of the key. To Ellie Mae, feeds it to Dorn, driving in the lane, shot's no good. Hajdukovic with the rebound. Bovee with it. Gets it down the floor, and it gets knocked out of bounds by the Macks. It'll be Vikings ball. 47.5 seconds remaining in half number 1. 23-14. Macks on top by 9. Keltner inbounds it, and we're going to get a foul. She got it into Sierra Shipman, and then a quick foul. And foul is on Aubrey Dorn. That's the 5th foul on the Macks. So Keltner gets it into Bovee. Bovee looking for somewhere to go with it. Got it over to Shipman, to Hajdukovic. Almost lost the handle. Got it back to Shipman. Drives down, puts it up. It's off the iron. No good. Here come the Macks down the floor. This is Geisler. She lays it up. No. Rebound. Hauled out of there by Hartman. Feeds it over to Cooper. This is Emily. Puts up a 3. No. And down the floor come the Vikings. Bovee launches a long 3. It's no good. Anderson with the rebound. She puts it up and in. Vikings cut it to a 7-point game. 6 seconds remaining in the first half. Cooper with a shot. No. And that's the end of the first half. With the score, the Chippewa McDonell Central Macks 23 and the Vikings 16. Coming up in just a moment, we will have Viking halftime featuring our Viking profile. Today it'll be Autumn Nigaman. And you are tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwork poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
Time now for Viking halftime, with today's Viking profile and other halftime entertainment. That's coming up right after this.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're going to get to know Autumn Nigaman, who is a junior here at Colfax High School. And Autumn, we know that you play basketball, but are you involved in any other activities at school?
I'm in NHS and FFA.
Okay.
Student council.
Well, that'll keep you pretty busy.
Yep.
So when did you start playing basketball, and what kind of experience has it been for you?
I think in like 3rd grade, and it's been pretty good.
All right, very good. So what's the most important thing you've learned playing basketball?
Probably teamwork.
All right. When not playing basketball or not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested and occupied?
Hunting, fishing.
Okay, yes, you are that person, aren't you?
I am that person.
Okay. All right, pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
Which kind?
Chocolate chip.
Of course, yes. Hot dog, burger, or brats?
Probably burger.
And what do you want on that burger?
Ketchup, onions, mushrooms.
Anything you can put on it, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Your favorite color?
Blue.
Is there a reason for that?
No.
No? Just you just like it?
Yep.
Okay. If you could have a superpower, what do you think that might be and why?
Shape-shifting, because it'd be pretty cool. Just be anything you wanted.
Shape-shifting. Okay. All right. Now, if you had the ability to shape-shift, of course, you have to have a superhero name to go with that. So what's Autumn's superhero name?
Awesome Autumn.
Awesome Autumn. I like that one. That works. Okay, your favorite NBA or WNBA team?
I don't really watch basketball.
Okay, so then you wouldn't have a favorite collegiate team either?
Nope.
All right. Is there a basketball player in the past, whether it's somebody local or some pro player or something, that's affected the way you play your game?
I don't know.
Just go out and play the game, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. We're talking with Autumn Nigaman on Viking Profile. And Autumn, what are your plans for after high school?
Probably go to college.
Do you know where or what you're going for?
I don't know where, but probably something in like the animal, like vet or something like that.
Okay, and you're a junior, so you got plenty of time to make that decision.
Yep.
Okay. How about a shout out to the family?
Hey, Mom, Dad, Tucker, Dustin.
Okay. And when people watch Viking games, what number do you wear, and where are we going to find you on the floor?
I'm number 22 and kind of a post, kind of like a shooting guard maybe. I don't know, in between there.
Okay. We want to thank Autumn Nigaman for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. Basically, he had to relearn everything. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
in tune to Viking halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
And welcome back to Colfax High School. Just wrapping up halftime as the Chippewa Falls McDonell Central Macks are leading the Vikings 23-16. Taking a look at the scores from the first half for the Macks. They are being led so far by Emily Cooper. Who else? She has 8 points. Ellie Mae Cooper has 7. Kendall Hepfler has 2. Maddie Geisler has 2. Aubrey Dorn has 4. For the Vikings, they're being led by both Jada Anderson and McKenna Shipman. They've got 4 points each. Kaysen Goodell with 3, Jordan Bovey with 3, and Jeanette Hajdukovic with 2, and that makes it 23-16. Real quick wrap-up of the games earlier in the Western Wisconsin Girls Basketball Classic. Boyceville over Stanley Boyd, 63-41. Thorpe over EPC, 57-42. It was Osseo Fairchild over Glenwood City, 74-34. Bloomer had a victory over Spring Valley, 85-26. It was Fall Creek over Mondovi, 64-28. And Elk Mound defeated Cadott, 69-19. The Vikings start the second half with Goodell on the dribble. Gets it over to Hajdukovic. They're moving from right to left now. And then out to Anderson, three-pointer off the front of the iron, and it's no good. Dorn brings it down the floor, but it gets her pocket picked by Hajdukovic, and she gets it off to McKenna Shipman. Shipman bringing it through the backcourt, now across the timeline, down the lane, lays it up, it does not go. Hajdukovic challenging for the rebound, got tied up, and the possession arrows in favor of the Macks. 23-16, 7-point game, 17:30 remaining in the ball game. Emily Cooper gets it over to Hartman, then out high to Goulet, over to Emily Cooper on the near side. Back out to Geisler, top of the key, she hit the three. Vikings inbound the ball. Full court pressure being put on by the Macks. And a pass just out of the reach of Anderson, goes out of bounds. And another turnover by the Vikings. Down the floor come the Macks. Cooper takes it into the lane, feeds it underneath. Shot goes up, no good by Goulet. Vikings with the ball. Goodell feeds it over to Anderson, tries to feed it into the lane to Shipman. Errant pass, they get it to Geisler coming down the floor. She puts it up, and a foul going to be called by Keltner. Actually, it was a pretty good foul by Keltner. Otherwise, it was an easy layup for Goulet. Or check that was Geisler. So she's at the line for 2. First shot's up and off the back of the iron. That's the first foul on Keltner. Second shot on the way, and that one's good. Keltner with the ball. Gets it back to Shipman. Shipman on the dribble. Feeds it ahead to Goodell. To Anderson. Anderson lays it up. She can't get it to go. And down the floor comes Dorn. She gets it over to Cooper. Then to Geisler, to Dorn. Dorn puts a turnaround jumper, no good. A rebound, putback shot by Cooper is no good. Goodell with it. Feeds it to Shipman, back to Goodell across the timeline on the far side. Gets it down into the corner. And that time Keltner got the ball taken away. Down the floor comes Cooper, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Goulet, gets it out to Geisler. Geisler with a long shot, no good. Anderson with the rebound. Goodell with it, but she got the ball stolen, and in the hole with it is Goulet. Goodell with it. To Shipman. To Keltner. Pass to Shipman, gets batted, but Shipman got it back to Hajdukovic. Tries to feed it down to Goodell, and the ball got tipped away, and down the floor come the Macks. Emily Dorn with it between the circles, gets it over to Geisler on the far side. She takes it between the circles. Then over to Hartman on the near side. Back over to Geisler, now back to Hartman. She's over on the far side now. To Cooper. Back to Hartman. Hartman to Geisler on the near side to Cooper. Cooper drives to the lane. Gets it out to Dorn at the top of the key. Dorn takes it over to the far side. Now hands it off to Cooper. Cooper takes it in the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound, battled for by Anderson. And the Vikings come away with it. Pass to Anderson, now over to Shipman. Vikings have numbers, and Shipman hits a three. And a timeout being called by the Vikings with 14:16 remaining. It's 29-19, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Back here at Colfax High School, the Macks to inbound the ball. Ellie Mae Cooper brings it down the floor, across the timeline. Circles around, drives into the lane, puts a shot up, and it goes in. Down the floor come the Vikings. Jordan Bovey on the dribble, takes it across the timeline. Gets it out high to Sierra Shipman. Now they feed it down underneath to Hajdukovic, who lays it up and in. Jeanette Hajdukovic, 4 points on the night. Macks lead it down to Hepfler underneath, and the Vikings take it away, and it's tied up. And we have a foul. Foul being called on Hepfler. The foul on Kendall Hepfler. Her first personal, first team foul on the Macks. Bovey with it. On the far side. Tries to get it over to Nigaman. It got tipped and went out of bounds. Cooper got her fingertips on it, and Nigaman pulled away from it just in time. So the Vikings maintain possession. Bovey has it now high, wide, and right. Gets it over to Sierra Shipman. Drives into the lane, and they're going to call her for a double dribble. So the Macks will bring it down the floor. I think she dribbled it off her hip as she was trying to cut into the lane. Emily Cooper over to Dorn. On the near side of the top of the key, over to the far side of the top of the key to Ellie Mae Cooper. She's got it over on the far side. Now she drives into the lane, and she walked with it. She fed it out into the corner, but before she got rid of it, she took an extra step. Nigaman to inbound the ball for the Vikings. To Bovey. To Shipman. This is Sierra Shipman. Feeding it down low to Hajdukovic, but she can't get the handle, and the Macks come away. And they try to feed it into the lane. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball. The pass was intended for Dorn. Just a little bit out of her reach. McKenna Shipman replacing Sierra Shipman. Nigaman gets it into Bovey. And the ball went out of bounds, and they're saying it went off of Bovey. Dorn to inbound. Gets it out to Ellie Mae Cooper. Takes it between the circles. And over to Jensen. Jensen takes it back to the far side to Emily Cooper. Emily back to Ellie Mae. Ellie Mae at the right elbow. Now she feeds it off and tries to get it to Jensen. Her pass is intercepted by Nigaman. And down the floor come the Vikings. McKenna Shipman on the dribble. Across the timeline. Feeds it out to Nigaman. Launches a long three. Oh, just off the mark. And it's out of bounds. I think she had the range right that time. It just didn't adjust for the windage properly. She's a hunter. She would understand that. Ellie Mae Cooper. At least she said so during the Viking profile tonight. Over to Emily Cooper. And that's out to Goulet. And she took an extra step. 31-21, 11:51 remaining. Bovey on the dribble. Takes it across the timeline. She was closely guarded by Emily Cooper. Bovey drives into the lane. She puts it up. It won't go. Viking shots are coming up just a hair short. Dorn with it. Gets it out high to Emily Cooper. Drives into the lane. Puts a shot up. It's no good. Their whistle and a foul is going to send Emily Cooper to the line. Foul's on Nigaman. No, check that. It's on Jordan Bovey. First shot is good. Second shot's on the way. It's also good. Pass comes in to Hajdukovic. Feeds it over to Goodell. Goodell feeds it down underneath to Sikora. Sikora puts it up off the glass. No, gets her own rebound and puts it in. 33-23. Quickly back down the floor come the Macks, driving to the hole, putting it up, no good. That was Ellie Mae, and she steals the ball away from Goodell. She missed the shot, but did not slow down her hustle and came back and stole the ball right back. Ellie Mae drives into the lane, and she got fouled. Foul is going to be on Goodell. It's her second. Third team foul on the Vikings. Anderson back into the lineup for the Vikings. Pass comes in to Emily. Then they get it to Geisler. Puts up a three. No. Shipman with the rebound. This is McKenna. Gets it to Bovey. Long lob pass into Hajdukovic. Lays it up. No, it won't go in. But she did get fouled, so she's going to go to the line for a pair of shots. That's going to be a foul on Katie Ruff. Her first personal. First shot is up. It's no good. That's the second team foul against the Macks. Shot was no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings and put back up and in by Bryn Sikora. Ellie Mae has it over on the far side, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul on the floor, and it's going to be a foul on Bovey. Fouls on Jordan Bovey. It's her third personal. Fourth team foul on the Vikings. Macks will inbound under their own basket. Pass comes in, gets batted away by the Vikings, but the Macks pick it up. Dorn with it on the far side. Gets it out high to Ellie Mae. Over to Emily. Back out to Dorn. Thought about the three, didn't take it. To Ellie Mae. To Emily. Back over to Dorn. Just on the near side of the top of the key. Out to Ellie Mae. They're taking their time. Looking for good shots. They try to feed it out and she walked with it. Ellie Mae Cooper with the travel. Shipman inbounds it to Bovey. Bovey over to the far side. This is Anderson with it. Gets it over to Shipman. Launches the shot. Rattles around and goes in. McKenna Shipman turns it into a 6-point game. 33-27. Goulet with it. Gets it over to the far side to Emily. Back out high to Geisler from the top of the key. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Shipman. Shipman down the floor across the timeline. Takes it to the elbow. Puts a shot up. She hit it! From the elbow, McKenna Shipman. It's now a 4-point game. The Vikings are battling their way back. Emily Cooper with it. Drives into the lane at the free throw line. Gets it out to Dorn. Launches a three. No! Shipman with it. She's kind of trapped in the corner. Gets the pass off to Anderson. Over to Bovey. Bovey launches the three. It's no good. Rebound taken down by the Macks. Taking it down the baseline. Going up with it is Ellie Mae Cooper. And a foul is being called. Jada Anderson with the foul. Cooper at the line for two. First shot's up and good. That was the first foul on Anderson. Second shot is up and good. And a timeout on the floor called by the Macks. So 8:37 remaining. It's Chippewa Falls McDonell 35 and the Vikings 29. And you are tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining?
Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Doctors Austin and Nikki Pritchard and their staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family. Vikings inbound the ball. Bovey brings it down across the timeline. Out to Shipman, launches a three. No. Rebound taken out by the Vikings. Shot goes up, no good. Put back by Hajdukovic is no good. And the battle underneath. And timeout called No, a foul called. That's going to be a foul on Bryn Sikora, her second personal. And the Macks bring it down the floor. That's a 6th foul on the Vikings. And we're going to get an offensive foul being called on the Macks. That's a foul on Aubrey Dorn. It's her 3rd personal. 3rd team foul on the Macks. And the Vikings have the ball. Coming up on 8 minutes remaining in the second half. Cross the timeline. Bovey gets it over to Hajdukovic. Cross court pass over to Anderson. Feeds it to Sikora. Turnaround jumper. No, it won't go. It rattled off both sides of the iron but wouldn't go down. Ellie Mae Cooper, I should say, with it. On the near side. Gets it out to Goulet at the top of the key. Over to Emily Cooper from the far side. 3-pointer's no good. Dorn with the rebound. Backs into the lane. Puts it up. It's no good, but a foul's going to be called on Hajdukovic. Aubrey Dorn. First shot is up. It's good. Second shot is up and good. Coming into tonight, she's been a 50% shooter from the free throw line. 37-29. Cross-court pass over to Shipman. Drives to the lane, turns around, puts it up. It's off the iron. And the Macks come away with it. Down the floor to Ellie Mae, but the pass is intercepted. Shipman gets it over to Bovey. Bovey on the far side. She's high, wide, and right. To Shipman in the center circle. Over to the near side now to Sikora. Back out to Shipman. Over to Bovey. To Anderson. Anderson drives to just inside the arc. Gets it out to Bovey, and it's out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball. Cooper tried to get her hands on it, and she touched it, but it went out of bounds. Bovey with it. Feeds it over on the right side to Anderson. Picks up her dribble. Cross-court pass over to Bovey. Bovey over to Anderson. Down into the right corner to Sikora. Sikora drives toward the lane. Now kicks it over to Anderson. Drives the right baseline. Puts it up. It goes in. Jada Anderson with 2. Six-point game. This is Hartman with it on the near side. Gets it up between the circles to Cooper. Now to Ellie Mae Cooper on the far side. To Dorn. Now to Emily Cooper on the near side. Pass intended for Hartman was behind her, but she chased down the loose change. Cooper with it. Over to Ellie Mae Cooper. Ellie Mae takes it to the lane and feeds it over to Hartman. Puts the shot up. It's no good. And the Vikings come away with it. Bovey with it. Takes it to the free throw line. Gets it over to Anderson. Anderson looking for somewhere to go. Gets it over to Bovey. To Sikora. To McKenna Shipman. To Hajdukovic, who puts on some nice moves underneath and lays it in. 4-point game. 5:28 remaining. Ellie Mae Cooper, high, wide, and right. On the dribble. Over to Emily Cooper. To Dorn at the top of the key. Dorn backs out. She's at the center circle. Now over to Emily Cooper to Ellie Mae Cooper. Ellie Mae feeds it over to Hartman. Hartman into the lane. Feeds it out to Emily. Puts a shot up high off the iron and no good. Rebound taken down by Shipman. Shipman down the floor, takes it to the right side to Anderson. Over to Bovey, launches a three. No, it's off the iron. Rebound taken down by the Macks. They get it to Goulet, who lays it up and in. And we have a timeout on the floor. 4:31 remaining, and it's the Macks 39, Vikings 33. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Banking on relationships.
If you spent the summer putting off home improvement projects, don't worry, Dairy State Bank can help. Whether you're planning to add on, winterproof, or repair storm damage, we can help you with the financing. For more information, visit dairystatebank.com or give us a call today. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dairy State Bank.
4:31 remaining in, dare I say, regulation time. We have a 6-point game. Chippewa McDonell Central Macks are leading the Vikings 39-33. Vikings with the ball. They get it into Bovey. Bovey on the dribble. Changes direction, still in the backcourt, gets it into the forecourt to Shipman. Shipman drives into the lane, gets it to Hajdukovic, tries to put it up, no good. Hajdukovic's second shot is also no good. She went through a lot of traffic, but couldn't draw the foul. Ellie Mae Cooper lays it up, and no, it won't go. Hajdukovic with the rebound. Passing it out to Bovey. Bovey by herself, lays it up, it won't go. Rebound taken down by the Macks. A lot of end-to-end action right now. Emily Cooper gets it over to Ellie Mae Cooper. Ellie Mae, high wide left. Takes it into the lane, puts it up. No, it won't go. Shipman with the rebound. Feeds it out to Anderson. Anderson across the timeline, over to Bovey, back out to Anderson. Long three-pointer came up short. Ellie Mae Cooper gets it over to Emily Cooper, who brings it across the timeline. 3.5 to go under that. They get it over to Hartman on the near side. Back to Emily Cooper, to Dorn at the top of the key. To Emily Cooper cutting down through the lane and got it up and in. 41-33, 8-point game. Coming up on 3 minutes remaining. Hajdukovic has it down along the baseline. They get it back out high to Shipman. Shipman feeds it over to Bovey. Bovey drives down the left baseline. The ball got knocked away, and the Macks come away with it. Cooper with it. This is Emily. Feeds it to Dorn at the top of the key. Dorn takes it over to the left side. Emily Cooper now with it. Takes it back out to the top of the key. 2.5 minutes remaining. To Dorn in the lane. Feeds it out to Goulet. To Ellie Mae Cooper. Ellie Mae drives into the lane. Feeds it out to Hartman. Hartman gets it out to Dorn, and she laid it in. 43-33. We're back to a 10-point game with the Macks on top. Down into the corner to Hajdukovic. Cross-court pass over to Shipman. And the ball got knocked away, and they're fighting for it. It's going to be out of bounds with the Macks ball. Now they call it a foul. Foul is on Bryn Sikora. It's her third. And it's going to send Cooper to the line. This is Emily Cooper to the line for 1-and-1. First shot is up. It's good. Second shot on the way. It's also good. I'd be tempted to say she never misses, but we saw her miss once tonight. But other than that, she doesn't. Anderson from the corner puts it up, no good. Rebound chased down by the Macks. They're using their quickness. Ellie Mae Cooper with it. Ellie Mae drives it in, puts the shot up, and they're going to call a foul on Shipman, on McKenna Shipman. She couldn't believe it. She stood there with her hands in the air, got driven into, and they called the foul on her. I guess that's the way it goes. Shot goes up by Ellie Mae Cooper. It's good. 46-33. Second shot on its way. It's also good. 47-33. 14-point game. Hajdukovic for three. No. And we have a whistle and a foul. It's going to be on the Vikings. It's the 10th foul on the Vikings. First foul on Sierra Shipman. So that'll put Cooper to the line for two. This is Emily. First one's good. Second shot on the way. It's also good. 49-33. What was a 4-point game has now expanded to a 16-point game with 1:12 to go. Shipman has it, gets it over to Hajdukovic, launches the three. Hajdukovic hits the three. 49-36, under a minute remaining. Jeanette Hajdukovic doesn't do that very often, but she did it right there. 50 seconds remaining. Emily Cooper, and we get a whistle and a foul. This is going to be a foul on Sierra Shipman. It's her second personal. And Ellie Mae Cooper at the line for two. First shot's up. It's good. 50-36. Second shot, it rattles around and goes in. 51-36. Inbound pass gets stolen, but the Vikings finally come away with it. Shipman down the floor. She pulls up. Gets it over to Anderson. Launches a three. No. Rebound. Stolen away by Shipman. Putting it up. It doesn't go. But she got fouled. McKenna Shipman to the line. That's going to be a foul on Katie Ruff. First shot's good. Second shot is on the way. It's also good. 51-38. Bedell covering Cooper as she comes across the timeline. They get it out to Ellie Mae Cooper. High, wide, and left, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Hajdukovic. It's the third foul on Hajdukovic. It's going to send Ellie Mae Cooper to the line for two. First shot's up. Rattles around and out. Hepfler out of the lineup, and Isabel Hartman back in. Second shot is up. That one's good. 52-38. Down the floor comes Goodell. She gets it out to Shipman, puts up the shot, no good. Hajdukovic with the putback, and she's going to go to the line. I think the foul's on Ellie Mae Cooper. It is. It's her second personal. 15 foul. But Hajdukovic goes to the line shooting two. First shot's up and no good. Second shot is up. That one goes in. 52-39. Under 10 seconds left. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Fouls on Mc Donell. Third personal on her with just over 5 seconds remaining. First shot is good. This is Ellie Mae Cooper. Second shot is up. And Vikings bring it down the floor. A couple seconds left. Shipman puts it up and we got a whistle. We have a whistle before the buzzer and Shipman's gonna go to the line. They're going to put some time on the clock, I believe. So they put a 1/10 of a second back. No, they put 1 second up on the clock. Shipman's first free throw is up. It's good. 54-40. Pretty much all over except for the final numbers. Second shot is up. It's good. 54-41. And because she was shooting a 3, she's at the line for 3. Shot goes up and it's good. 54-42, and there's the final buzzer. So the final score, Chippewa McDonell Central Macks 54 and the Colfax Vikings 42. And we'll be back with Viking postgame right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Flashes. I feel like you get taller every time I see you. Congratulations,
You have been tuned to Colfax Viking Girls Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. This copyrighted production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and Colfax High School is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and Colfax High School is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game.
Is it time yet?
It's time.
Let's go and time for dinner.
Oh, terrific.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Time now for Viking postgame, with a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. And now, Viking postgame.
And we're back here at Colfax High School as the Vikings drop one to the McDonell Central Macks by a score of 54-42. And basically, this was a case of the Vikings not making the shots that the Macks were making. It seemed like whatever the Macks put up toward the basket went through, and whatever the Vikings put up would bounce around off the rim a few times and then fall off and not go in. So let's take a quick look at the numbers from tonight's game. First of all, for the McDonell Central Macks, they were led in scoring tonight by Ellie Mae Cooper, who had 18 points, and many of those were from the free throw line. She had 10 of those 18 from the free throw line. She also hit 4 field goals. Emily Cooper hit 4 field goals. One of those was a three-pointer, and 7 free throws, and ended up with 16 points. Other scores, we had Aubrey Dorn with 8 points. Maddie Geisler had 6. Kendall Hepfler had 4. And Callie Goulet had 4, and that came out to 54 points. For the Vikings, they were led tonight by McKenna Shipman, who had a pretty big second half with 12 points, including 5 from the free throw line. She also hit a three-pointer. Also, Jeanette Hajdukovic hit double digits tonight. She hit the first time in a long time a three-pointer, and she ended up with, like I said, 10 points. Jada Anderson had 6 points. Bryn Sikora had 4. Jordan Bovey had 3. And Kaysen Goodell had 3. All of those were in the first half. I don't know if we're going to get Coach Serrar. Well, it looks like we are. It looks like she is coming our way. And so we'll wait for her to get up here, and we will have a bit of a talk with her as she's working her way up. And Coach Serrar, you know, you knew going into this one that the McDonell Macks were a really tough team. And it seemed like everything they threw toward the basket went in, and everything the Vikings threw toward the basket at least took the scenic route to try to get in.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I thought we played really well. I thought our kids battled and fought, and you know, a big difference was, like you said, is we just couldn't make anything. You know, we had to fight for every point we got, and you know, I wish we would have shot a little bit better, but sometimes that's just how it goes. But what I was really proud of is that they just never gave up. They fought and battled to the end, and I was proud to coach those kids. And you know, I think it shows, you know, how great of a team we can be. You know, we can play with anybody, that's for sure.
And you had the Macks pretty concerned there in the about midway through the second half. The Vikings cut it to 4, and then it seemed like the pressure seemed to get to them a little, like, oh my goodness, we're getting close, we got to make baskets, and they were launching some without necessarily taking good shots, and there were some open opportunities. But that's going to come as experience comes.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I'll definitely live with, you know, those shots and how we played. You know, like you said, it's a learning experience, and I think we learned a lot about ourselves that game. Just, you know, solidifies that, you know, we had the defending 5 state champs, you know, within 4 points. So if that doesn't, you know, boost our confidence, then I don't know what will. But, you know, it's done and over, and now we're looking on to conference play. So
Now, what's the situation with JC? When is she expected back? We just don't know.
No.
Okay. Well, hopefully it'll be by when we get to face the Durand, Arkansas Panthers, which is a chance to take a good look at them tonight because they're about to, in the final game of this Western Wisconsin Girls Classic, it's the Battle of the Panthers, Durand, Arkansas Panthers against the St. Croix Central Panthers. A pretty darn good day of basketball today.
Yeah, it was a fun day. Lots of basketball, lots of games. It was good to see everybody here. So,
well, thank you for coming up and joining us, and we will see you when the Vikings take on the Durand, Arkansas Panthers, and we will have more Viking postgame right after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Crystal, one of Santa's elves. Santa wanted to talk with you about a special program coming up on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. But as you can see, he's pretty busy right now, so we better not disturb him, so I'll tell you what's up. A little earlier, Santa and I got together and picked out some of the very best holiday-themed old-time radio programs, and we're going to present them to you during Santa's flight on Christmas Eve. So tune in to the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service, or NLWN-TV, while Santa and I bring you the best in old-time radio. It all starts at 7 p.m. on Christmas Eve. I'll see you then.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. And the Vikings drop one to the McDonell Central Macks, 54-42. As Coach Serrar said, they were within 4 points. About midway through the second half, and just couldn't keep it going, couldn't get over the hump. But the Viking girls battled hard, and there are good things to come for these girls as the season moves along. One of the things they learned tonight was the quickness necessary to play this game because, boy, oh boy, McDonell Central sure showed it. So make sure to join us on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2 on Monday. That's December 4th, as the Viking boys are going to travel down to Whitehall to take on the Whitehall Norsemen. Viking pregame begins at 6:40 p.m. with live play-by-play to follow. That's the Viking boys basketball on Monday, December 4th. Then the next day, Tuesday, December 5th, the Viking girls are going to host the Durand, Arkansas Panthers. Live coverage will begin with Viking pregame beginning at 6:40 p.m. And that will be followed by all the live play-by-play action. That's Colfax girls basketball on Tuesday, December 5th. On the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Hey, don't forget to make your plans to tune into either the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service or NLWN-TV for our Christmas gift to you 2023. We'll bring you the finest in Christmas-themed old-time radio programs. That's Christmas Eve beginning at 7 p.m. on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Tonight's Colfax Viking Girls Basketball game has been brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital. Let Doctors Austin and Nikki Pritchard and their friendly staff take care of your pet. C&K Construction, your concrete experts for the Chippewa Valley. Dairy State Bank, where they're banking on relationships. Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for Western Wisconsin. Anderson Bridges, who've been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. Slayton's Technology, IT providers for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Menominee Eye and Optical, with quality personalized care for you and your family. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So, for Chris Olson on the camera, Lynn Nigaman doing the numbers for us tonight, this is Rick Olson. That final score once again, the Chippewa McDonell Central Macks 54 and the Vikings 42. You've been tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.